What's up, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. I am your host with the most, A.D. Walker. Let's make sure you guys can hear and see me well. If you're in the building, let a brother know. Let a brother know. Let's see. Make sure I'm on. There we go. With the most, A.D. Walker. Let's see. Make sure I'm on. There we go. All right, there we go. All right, awesome sauce. So make sure you guys share. Sharing is caring. This is your opportunity to be a part of this amazing conversation. This one is going to be tight but right. Let's see. All right, blessings, Lisa. Thank you for rocking. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for always being in the building. And if you are coming in and you're on replay, you're like, why do I keep missing these live events? Make sure you join our community. Text LWN to 84576. Text LWN to 84576. You'll never miss an episode, and you'll always stay connected. Let's go here. Hey, sweetie Bap. Thank you for always supporting and pushing me. You right. I smart. Yeah. I got the heavenly gates behind me. um, yeah, I'm coming from a different space today, but it's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Um, let's see. What am I about to do? All right. So today, as you can see, we're talking about can we disconnect and stay connected? I really want to dig into this. I really want to talk about avoiding burning bridges. I really want to just yesterday we tapped into it, but this I want this to be one of our main conversations, um, because I burn bridges. I burned them. I burn them down. You know where where you could have amicable separations, where there are in essence a where there's something left to at least not even salvage, but just a way to have a relationship after the old relationship. Seasons change, relationships shift. She said, I got to get. Oh, but yeah, I know you got it, baby. I know you got it. But yeah, it's how do you maintain when the season changes and the relationship shifts? I think that's the struggle. That's a level of maturity that it's hard to get to sometimes, right? And even right now, saying it, going through this whole broadcast, giving you some ideas, receiving some ideas, having the conversation, um, and then a year from now, I have a situation happen. How do you not, not get in your head that everything has to be thrown away because the relationship shifts? How do you not get in your head that because we're in this new space, everything has to change? Um, so today, I really want to dig into that, um, and talk about that because it happens so often, happens so often, um, that it can be challenging. All right, I see Pastor in the wings. He's making a weird face. I don't know if he's ready. Hold on. Oh, wait, hold on. You're not even on yet. You're not on yet. All right. Hey, go ahead, Pastor. Speak. Nope, can't hear you. Nope, can't hear you. All right. Um, so while he's figuring it out, I'm gonna let him work on that. But yeah, so today, that's what we're gonna talk about. Can we disconnect and stay connected? Is there a way to do that? And 100%, I believe you can. I know you can. The issue is, you know, We just have to do it. We have to be mature enough to be able to, step out of our comfort and want to maintain connections. And we talk about because that's what community is. Community is a network of people connected for a common good, and using that common good is just for us to do well, to prosper. And go ahead, hit that mic. Can you hear me? No. Can you hear me? Okay, you hear me. I don't hear you. I don't hear you. So yeah, it's it's the challenge of oh maybe your check your button on your mic. Maybe it's muted on the mic. On the mic. See if it's muted. Oh nope. I don't hear nothing. If it's blinking, then it's muted. If it's solid, then we should be able to hear you. All right. So let's do this. While he's figured that out, we're gonna go ahead jump into our intro. I'll kick it off, and we'll work on our technical difficulties. Let's do this. Let's go here. All right. So listen, make sure you tag somebody, tag somebody, tag somebody, tag somebody, tag that person that you used to talk to. Like I said yesterday, issue the challenge to connect with somebody that you haven't spoken to in a while. So tag somebody that that you want to build something back with, and because all right. So the thing is, well, you know what? I'm not gonna dig into that yet. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this intro, and we can talk about it. We can talk about it. Let's see. All right, let's go. I didn't want to catch that.
Morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to another episode. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, everybody? Hey, Pastor. I think it might. Oh, I was gonna say it's me. It's probably me because I couldn't hear the intro, so it was probably me. All right, hold on.
This episode is brought to you by StreamYard. Ready to go live? Go to bit.ly/StreamYard BOL. That's bit.ly/StreamYard BOL. This episode is also brought to you by Self. Build credit now. Go to bit.ly/now build credit. bit.ly/now build credit.
All right, I'm back. Hold on. All right,
that's now can you hear me?
It was all me. It was all me. I had it on mute.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, something is wrong.
I was like, what's going on? Right. It's all me. I should have asked the people, like, can you hear him? Can you hear him? Because they were like, yeah, we can hear him. So then I would have checked my side. So
right.
my bad. So yeah. All right. Good morning and happy Thursday.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yes. So yeah, we're talking about, can we disconnect and stay connected? And getting to the intricacies of not burning bridges. Not burning bridges, because I've done it. I won't even say that, I can't believe people do that. I've done it. I've disconnected from ministries. I've disconnected from people, and I just burn the whole relationship because the season changes and we don't have the same relationship. I just disconnect instead of, staying in contact. Because I think about the plethora of people I would know now had I not burned associations and not kept in proper contact, at least having, calls once a year or something like that, or even, just trying to maintain something. And when it comes to There was a relationship. Oh no, I couldn't hear. Oh, okay, cool. All right, then we did fix something. Sam said she couldn't hear you either. Okay. Hey, Mama Corey. Good morning. Good
Morning,
morning.
Mom.
Um.
Morning, Mom.
So yeah, it's. I think that the challenge of when a season changes and a relationship changes, how to how to maintain it, um, without feeling some kind of way. I always wonder where that term came from because it's pretty new.
Feeling
Feeling
some
some
kind of
kind
way.
of way. Oh, yeah. Feeling some kind of way. It seems like that's some love and hip hop kind of term that just spread it. Feeling some kind of way. Um, so because sometimes when you have certain relationships, like even in church, you're functioning like you shared it online because I got to make sure the offline and online stuff that's been shared when you shared your split from your church in California, from your pastor, and he was like, "I'll do anything for you. Tell me anything, but you're leaving." He said, "Anything, I
Yeah.
can handle it, but leaving."
Yeah.
Um,
Because leaving, you tell me you're leaving, that's going to make me feel some kind of way.
right, right. Like I can handle anything, but
Yeah.
that I can get it over it.
Mhm.
But so it's that. How do you like? Let's talk from the end. Let's talk from that end, right? You're the one having to make the split, and not just that relationship, but some others, that you had to make the split from. Um, did you feel like a bridge was burned, or did you feel like some bridges was just burned on their end, or did you burn some bridges yourself when you split or the relationship shifted?
I think it's a combination of all of that. It just really
Okay.
depends on
Hey, Richard.
the situation. Good morning, Richard. You know, sometimes the split happens because you just headed off into different directions.
Right.
Sometimes it's triggered by a significant event. And
Right.
depending on that significant event, that
Right.
determines what emotion you're dealing with, right?
Right.
And the outcome or the consequence of how it
Right.
made you feel. Because
Right.
every action has a reaction. Everything we do has a
Right.
consequence. And
Right.
when it comes to parting ways, I think that obviously it's always based on what the cause is, you know. So if something sour happens, if the relationship is soured,
Right.
then in that moment, you probably feel like I'm better away from you than I am with you. So you don't put any real thought to it. It's just let
Right.
me get away from here. Let me get away from this person. Let me get away from this situation because it doesn't feel good.
Right. Right.
You know,
Right.
um, but it's difficult. And so what I tell people this and this is just in my own experience. It's
Hmm.
always a tally. Am I getting more than I've
Mm.
lost? Is there more gain for me?
Wow.
Right? Uh,
Right.
is this something that I can get over? Because
Right.
I've come to learn the difference between something that creates a permanent disconnection versus
Right.
something I need to get over. A lot of us make the
Right.
mistake of making a permanent decision based on a temporary condition,
Right. Right.
right? You
Right.
walk away forever over something that you probably would have gotten over after a week.
Right.
I think that's a lot of
Right.
it. I hope I'm answering the question. I'm not sure if I'm
Yeah.
answering the
No, that
question.
that that makes
Uh,
sense. That makes sense. Like to try to not make a haste decision. But you know what? Richard dropped a good question. I like this. He said, "Question, Pastor, is it possible to mute the emotion and look at it logically, rationally, and analyze it?"
Absolutely.
That's
But I think that
yeah,
comes with time. It comes with maturity because
yeah,
oftentimes,
yeah.
we're driven with the younger we are, the more emotionally driven we are.
Right, right,
And after you've
right,
gone through some pains and you wake up one day and realize, wow, that pain didn't last forever.
Right.
And so when you're
Right.
confronted with something that's similar to that, you realize, you know what, I got over this before, I can get over it again. And I realize I don't
Right.
have to ruin a relationship because of this. And so that comes
Right.
with maturity. So I find it, and again,
Right.
that's not an age thing. It's
Right.
it's a
Woo.
maturity thing,
Yeah.
you know, because you got
Yeah.
folks 50 years
Yeah.
old that'll cut you off for nothing.
Right. 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 Right.
And you
Right.
have
Because I used to
people
think that.
20 years
I used to
old.
think it was age
Yeah. And you have
that
people
just
20 years old that know how to get over it and they know the difference,
right.
you know. So
Yes.
it's
That's
maturity.
deep. Yeah. I think it's getting into that space where you learn how to handle shifts in your relationship, changes, and you can, and even for myself, like I try to every relationship I form, especially now, I say to myself, okay, I'm loving it now, but Anthony, this just may be a season. Like I
Yeah.
cushion myself or prepare myself, like we're so tight. I was like, but this could be just a season, just
Yeah.
a season. So
Yeah.
like regardless of what has happened, enjoy the connection, but know things can change at any time. You know,
Yeah.
I don't like I don't wait for you to hurt me. Like I try not to get that way. Like I give you a little bit, but I know eventually you gonna hurt me. And so I take it, what do they say, like a grain of salt. I know every
Yeah.
step we take, like, all right, we're going this way, it's cool, but and I'll say for myself, I seem like I get the nudgings. Like I'm like, I feel like something is shifting. I try to pay attention. My wife is like, hey, such as either about to leave or they shifting. And I'm like, she's like my confirmation that I try to ignore it. Like, yeah, I know. All our coolness it's gonna shift. It's changing. It's changing. Like I'm preparing for it. It's like
Yeah.
like in a if you're in a car accident, you're like, I can prepare for it. It's still gonna hurt when it happens. It's just gonna,
Yeah.
oh. But like you said, you try not to react emotionally, like it's the end of the world. Like, oh, I needed you forever.
Mhm.
Like you just made things so much easier.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, and that's the part for me. Like, especially this part in my life. Trying to develop relationships and not go through what. That's why I don't have any friends now. That's why I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to form any alliances, no networks, no nothing. Because, and just preparing yourself for it, knowing, hey, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yeah. Sometimes
Let's see,
people
Rich
feed
said,
off of that.
you said, what's that?
Well, I said sometimes people feed off the drama.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're not content unless there's something crazy happening, you know. So
yeah.
that's a separate conversation.
Yeah, we definitely
Yeah.
dig into that one because that
Yeah.
that one right there. Yeah, some folks they like if you've always had drama in your life, oh, they're around like, oh yeah, let me get the
Yeah.
juice. What happened? But it's like when you get your life together, it's calm. You all you have is good stories. Just like
Yeah.
no fun, no slapping somebody this time. So Richard said when I was younger, I wasn't able to. I got to do so much. Plus, I used to allow myself to hold grudges, right? Mixed with pride is also positive and negative too. Once diagnosed autistic, did post-diagnostic course. Is like I woke up and was fully grown up and mature instantly. I guess understanding, dealing with your emotions and why and what's going on. I dig it. I get it. I get it.
Yeah. That's
Um,
huge.
yeah, yeah, that is because some of us struggle a lifetime, a lifetime with trying to put down petty. It just I know it happened. Like because you disconnect, you're mad. You was hoping for the best, hoping for a longer time, and things happen. But real quick, I'm gonna take a short break. And I'll be right back.
This episode is brought to you by StreamYard. Ready to go live? Go to bit.ly/StreamYard BOL. That's bit.ly/StreamYard BOL. This episode is also brought to you by Self. Build credit now. Go to bit.ly/now build credit. bit.ly/now build credit.
Oh, I'm back. Wasn't ready. All right, we're back. Oh.
What happened? Looked like we lost AD. Um, yeah, looks like we lost AD. Now, can somebody put in there if you can still hear and see me? I know AD got locked up. I just want to make sure you guys can still hear me. Please comment because I did have a question for the listeners. If I haven't lost anyone, somebody just put a comment in there. Let me know if you can still hear me. Awesome. Thank you, sis. Here's my question. Because we're dealing with this disconnecting and remaining connected, disconnect but stay connected, meaning you may not be traveling along the same path, along side by side, but your relationship is still connected. Have you ever been in a situation where you've continued to grow, you've continued to evolve, you've continued to learn and mature, and for whatever reason, the pace of your maturation process is a little faster than someone you're connected to in a relationship, and they blame you for not continuing to be relatable because you're continuing to grow, and for whatever reason, they've stopped growing. And so instead of them continuing to grow and evolve, they want to stay where they are. But because you continue to grow, they look at you like you think you're better than they are. You're no longer relatable or whatever the case might be. And you love them. You want to remain connected to them. You're not faulting them for not wanting to grow, but you're not going to sit on the sidelines while life passes you by. Your hope is that at some point they'll pick up the pace and continue to grow. But have you lost relationships because of situations like that? Sometimes people get mad at you because you're growing and they're, hey, he's back, you guys. You're growing and they're not, and they hold your growth against you. Like something is wrong with you.
Right.
Right. I'm just wondering, and I just want to see the comments from people who have experienced something like that. Samantha says, right, you're acting funny, or you're not the same anymore,
right.
Because you don't do the things you used to do, that, and you realize, these things they're not conducive to my growth,
right.
But your friends still want to do that. That's tough. And what happens is in situations like that, you can sometimes feel the guilt of your growth.
Right.
That's tough.
Right.
Anybody ever felt the guilt of their growth? And then you have to get to a place where you say, I listen, either you're going to come along or we'll just have to part ways, but I'm not parting ways cutting you off. We're parting ways with me still loving you, appreciating you, valuing our relationship, but we just don't see, we're not being driven by the same things any longer.
Yes.
That's tough.
Yeah, that is. Because I think you get used to doing a certain thing, living a certain way, and when it shifts and it's like you want to take everybody with you though. It's like, oh, come over here, listen, it's a better place. And they're like, nah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, but and what you find very quickly is the weight of trying to pull them with you stunts your growth.
Yes.
Right. And I found out that everybody is not going to go with you. Right. And a lot of times we can handle that when it's our friends, or our cohorts.
Right.
But it's more of a struggle when it's your family.
Right.
That's when true. It's, and people have to learn that in some cases, your brother and your sister can't go with you.
Right.
And sometimes your son or your daughter can't go with you.
Yes.
And so the question, and I don't mean like your children. I don't mean children. They're your children, but they're not children.
Right. No, I'm with you.
Right. You can want as much as you want for your family, but if they don't want it for themselves, you will find yourself being anchored to them if you don't release yourself from that. It's not that you no longer love them.
Right.
You're
Right.
still connected, but you're disconnected.
Yeah. That's hard.
Right. And that's
That's hard.
tough.
That's hard.
That's tough.
Right. Because you want the best. So you try so hard to kind of pull them along, but it does. It
Yeah.
slows you down because you're not stepping into where you should be. Dr. Rollins said, yes, absolutely. Happens with family, happens with childhood friends. It's tough because you want to stay connected and grow together. Right. It's like, you've been with me since day one.
Yeah.
You was eating oodles and noodles with me. Like
Yeah.
now we can go to Ruth Chris. So it's you want us to, like you watch TV, they grow together, they become successful together. You have your business building over here, I got mine over here. Like, you want it to mesh together, but unfortunately, everybody has different ways of seeing things and doing
Mm-hmm.
things.
Mm-hmm.
And some kind of want to stay where they're at and grow. Like, I want to keep doing what I'm doing and just grow from there,
Yeah.
and then, but you realize I need to change some things, shift some stuff. My conversation needs to be different, in order to do better. And some folks just not gonna grow the same way you're gonna grow, or grow in the same time frame. Because some
Yeah.
people they get it, but it's just
Yeah.
you got there 10 years earlier. It's like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize I need to stop saying stuff like that. Like, I didn't realize I need to stop talking like that.
It made me think about, your walk with Christ. Even Jesus said in wait, I gotta get it.
All right, let me read this comments. Richard said, sometimes you have massively outgrown them, but sometimes you part ways temporarily until they caught up. That's good. Yes, yes. I want a lot of people to affect and drain my positive energy. We have to exchange emails and dialogue and say, for now, no, but offer an olive branch up to them to do the work. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Peter, sorry, finish your
Go ahead.
statement.
No, I'm good.
Peter said to Jesus in Mark chapter 10, verse 28, he said, then Peter began to say unto him, lo, we have left all and have followed thee. And Jesus answered and said, verily I say unto you, there is no man that has left house or brethren or sisters or father or mother or wife or child or children or lands for my sake and the gospel's, but he shall receive 100-fold now in this time, houses and brethren and sisters and mothers and children and lands with persecutions, and in the world to come eternal life. And what I find interesting is most people will look at that scripture and say, you haven't left anything. Jesus is telling you that, no, you haven't forsaken your mother, your father, your sister, your brother to come with me. In other words, you've been hanging on to them. But what he's really saying is, coming along with me, you haven't lost anything.
Right.
See, anything that you give up for righteousness' sake is not a loss. You haven't lost anything. Jesus said that you're going to gain even more, 100-fold. Right. And so I think that the challenge with us, and I go back to Dr. Rollins' statement about the challenges with having to let go of family. Right. What you're not really letting go of family, you're letting God manage it. Right.
Yes.
Because we, the selfishness of us, we put ourselves in the position of God and try to act like we can handle it instead of allowing him, releasing it to him and asking for help. One of the greatest challenges we have is asking for help. And when it comes to situations like this, I think the fear of losing out on that relationship, the fear of, going fishing together, not being able to go fishing together and all of that, we choose to try and control that instead of giving it over to the Lord. And the same thing with your goals, right? If you are my friend, if you love me, you're not going to stand in the way or impede my progress. We're trying to get to a better place. If I hear someone start saying, "Oh man, you always doing this," or "You good? Oh, there you go. You got to go." Okay, yeah, it ain't right. If that's the kind of stuff that you're saying to me while I'm in pursuit of my goals, then I got to question your love for me.
Yes. Right. That's good. Let's see. Sam said, most of the times folks want to be where you at without the work. They want you to be their rope and pull them up instead of their ladder where they have to do the work. Indeed.
That's
Uh,
powerful.
Dr. Rollins said, right, never let go, just waiting. Prayerfully, they'll mature and not resent us for moving and maturing. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
definitely.
Mhm.
Definitely. That's big. I think that the pulling and like because in a sense like I want to just pull you up. Let's go. Let me help you get up here real quick. But you realize in helping them, they don't realize the work. They just kind of eating off your plate like, yeah, let's get some more. I'll
Yeah.
wait here. I'll wait here while you go up. Pull me up there,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah.
Um, and it can be a detriment, to because they didn't work to get there. They kind of rode your back in a sense. Um, so I think, and that's tough though. That's tough. Like, because everybody wants someone that they've been around, that's seen them in the beginning to be in a place where they're succeeding. Because
Yeah.
I in my mind, because I get like just thinking about it, like yeah, I would love the folks that when I had nothing to be with me when I got something, but then they don't know how to come to these business meetings because I had to learn going up this ladder. So it's so wild that this conversation is just kind of opening me up to just think about, as you move forward and who you take with you or who comes with you. Because I think it's the taking or the coming,
I
like,
remember when I remember when Dwight Howard was traded to the Los Angeles Lakers,
okay,
and Kobe Bryant was in his prime,
right,
and they didn't win that year.
okay,
Kobe Bryant was frustrated because he didn't like Dwight Howard's work ethic. You got to
mm,
remember that Dwight Howard was like the second coming of Superman, like Shaq
right,
in the beginning,
right,
but
right,
he didn't have solid, consistent workout habits,
right,
and his habits were exposed when he was with Kobe Bryant,
wow,
which is why he didn't last on that team,
wow,
right? And so then he got traded to, I think, Houston,
right,
and they played the Lakers in LA, and Dwight
right.
Howard tried to get rough with Kobe on the
Kobe,
court,
right, right,
right?
right,
And Dwight Howard was talking mess, and the camera, I saw the camera catch Kobe looking Dwight Howard in the face saying, "Don't front. You know I know you."
wow,
Right?
wow, wow,
Like he was basically saying, "You're not here any longer because I found out
right,
you wasn't trying to put in this work. You couldn't help me get there."
wow,
And now you're trying to act hard, and I'm saying
right,
like, and like that was years ago, but
right,
it was so profound
right,
to me
right,
because a lot of people, to Samantha's point, a lot of people want what you have,
right, right,
right? But they will ride your coattails to get it,
right, right,
you know. And what happens is you get frustrated because you know that there's more in them than what they're
right, right.
showing,
Yep.
right?
Indeed. Yes, indeed.
But you don't have time to pull it out
Right.
because you got work to do.
Right.
And I think that's kind of what Dr. Rollins has said. My family has learned that I don't throw many ropes, mostly ladders, because I want them to learn and not rely on me to fix it. That's
Right.
saying, get off my coattail,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
But still come with me,
Yes. Yes.
right? Do the work. Don't come with me riding my coattail. Come
Right.
with me doing your part, doing the work and growing on. And I think that's so significant because I don't expect people to be where I am to work like I work. I expect you to be who you are
Right.
and work.
Right. 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 Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Go ahead,
Oh,
carry me, man. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
all right. No problem. Oh, so yeah, it's that work. I think we surround ourselves with folks that are with us at one space, and then as we grow, she said, I'm going to help, but I'm not going to do it for you. Yes, that part right there, because we want to see our people succeed. And I think I don't know if Dr. Rowland learned that has always felt that way, or did she learn that? And what I mean by that, sometimes you experience certain things. You're like, man, I thought like making it a little easier for you, you know, will get you there quicker, and you have the same mindset I got. But then you realize they didn't have to work as hard, so they don't understand the struggle. So I think we get stuck in that space, because I used to think, hey, if I just help them move along, we tug along with this thing, they'll have the same mindset, but they don't, because they didn't have to do as much work as you did. So yeah, like you provide the opportunity, the ladder. Here you go. You just got to climb this thing, and I'm here waiting for you. I think about Will Smith. He met a gentleman, a young guy, and he was very. I think he either knew him for a while, and they were starting their film company. I think it's Overbrook Productions. They've been around a long time. Did iRobot, a lot of big movies. And he was like, yeah, he said, Will wanted me to learn the movie business. And he was like, yeah, I want you. He pulled him in, but he gave him like stacks of books to read. He said, I need you to study all of this. All that you need to know this first before we get started. He said, man, he gave me stacks. I mean, like some of the acting books, production books. He said they were some thick books, but I had to know these things. He said, the only way I can get into, and he's now the guy, he is running the company now, or was running it at the time, so he gave him the opportunity, like Dr. Rollins, here's the ladder. You just got to climb this. He said, and the beautiful part for me, and why I hate hearing people like, yeah, I know such and such. I'm like, why are you not with them? Because you didn't want to do the work, and be in a space where they can give you a position, because that's what happens. If I can step up, oh boom, you're ready, you're positioned, and now I use my hookup, I use my connections, and you don't have to wait like everybody else, because I'm connected, I can connect you, and that's how we kind of got to look at it. Like, okay, such as is in the CEO position, I want to be in that executive office. What I got to do to get in that executive office? I just got to get positioned, So anybody out there that knows somebody that's at a certain level, and I get it, because sometimes it's like an internal hate. You're like, oh, how did I miss? What did they do that I didn't do? How did they get there? We've been running the same race, the same track. How did they get all the way there? And they're still connected. You can ask, you can find out, because a lot of times, like, I want to rock with you, but you're just not there yet. Mm-hmm. And you gotta be willing to humble yourself and listen. This is what you do to get there. And once you're prepared and positioned, I can put you there. But I can't put you there and mess it up.
I'll tell you what, conversation is so key when it comes to, right? You can tell whether or not someone is really out to achieve, just based on their conversation. I lose many contacts because when we converse with each other, a lot of, not a lot, I'll say certain people are always talking about what is or what has been.
Right.
But I'm always drawn to people who talk about what can be.
Right.
And that is where sometimes we can part ways, because you're stuck on what happened,
right?
Or what's happening,
right?
But you don't have a grip on what's possible,
right?
And so you grow with the possibilities of life,
right?
Not with what is. I think my light is going out, man. Look, it's weird. Either it's my light or my eyes.
Just the light.
Yeah, run to the light, Carolyn. Right. So I'm like, and sometimes you're wondering why you feel like you're heading down, like you're parting ways with people, and sometimes you don't realize, you don't catch on to the fact that it's really their conversation. It's the fact that, they're stuck and their conversation is not leading forward.
Right.
So their conversation causes you to feel stagnant.
Right. Oh.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. And I know we're saying the same thing in a different way.
Yeah.
People
Oh man.
who aren't talking about possibilities,
Right. Right.
right?
And yeah.
They'll have trouble keeping up with you.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
I'm
Right.
always excited about, yes, this is how we always
Always
do
do.
it. Yes, yes, yes,
Oh
yes,
man. Yes.
yes.
Why? Why is that?
Right.
Why is it always? Why can't we change
Uh-huh.
it? And then they give you 1,000 reasons why they can't. Like, why? Why? Hold on. Let me get Dr. Ross.
It's the
Uh,
culture.
yes. And I asked her, did she learn or did she just know? She said, learn because I felt guilty, like I have to help because I can. Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I got this money, I can help these folk, but that gets abused and old. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Mhm.
But yeah, that conversation of possibility, that right there, I think that we can have a show about the conversation of possibility. Because you ever like talking to people like, okay, why don't we? They're like, nah, we can't, because they said, because they said, like, maybe you said it, I've heard it. Um, you don't know you can't do something until somebody says you can't.
Right.
Like you don't
Right.
know there's a limit until
Right.
somebody says this is the
You want to
boundary.
listen. You want to motivate me to talk about what's possible. Tell me
Right,
what's impossible.
right, right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like real old, right? Real old.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that like Dr. Ross said, that is one of my pet peeves too. Like when we're discussing like how to do something, and someone says, "Well, this is how we always done it. You can't do it because of such and such and such," and I'm the one that's like, okay, why don't we just either buy that, do this? Why don't we do this? Like there's a way. There's always a way past. There's always a way to grow. There's always a way to do more. So you can't. And if you want to know the reason, one of the reasons that you're stuck here and people are moving forward is because right, man, there's always a way. It's because people find a way. People think of, okay, we need to make this thing happen. Let's push past the limitations, because a lot of the limitations are in your head. A lot of the limitations, people say they said this is what they think, this is what they did. It's in your head. You just have to know this is what I want to accomplish and work for it. And a lot of people accomplish these things and become successful because they work past what they said. like think of everything they said, everything, and people work past that. He said, listen, Sam said, even if I'm wrong, right, I've got to try something different when what I'm doing isn't working. Right, right, right. And we drag people along that never can see past what's in front of them. Right. We all, and even around other believers, you gotta, if faith is seeing things that are not there, if faith is walking by faith and not by sight, then we have to be able to do things that we can't see. Oh, he done changed it out.
And then my light just blew. You didn't hear that pop?
I didn't hear it.
Yeah, I knew it was in my eyes, man.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we have to, and then sometimes the light can't go where we're going. We got to change it out. We got to get a light that can handle the next level. Oh,
Even if I'm wrong, I got to try something different when what I'm doing isn't working. Is that what you were just talking about?
Yeah.
That's huge. And again, that's the quickest way to failure.
Yeah.
Is lack of resilience.
Right. You see, Dr. Rollins, workplace hazards.
Yes. Yes. My light was just like, and then I saw smoke. I'm like, oh, yeah, it was done.
Wow.
Yeah, now there's a smell in here.
There you go. It's hard. Sometimes it's hard in office.
We've parted ways. He can't go any further with me.
Gone too soon. But yeah, having that resilience, yes, sir, definitely.
So there is pressure. There is pressure with maintaining a connection when you're no longer on the same path, right? There's pressure, there's stress, because as much as you know you have a greater call, a greater mission, a greater purpose,
Right. Morning, Cheryl.
there's still an emotional lack. You
Right.
know, there you hit an emotional skid. There's a void,
Right.
because you do enjoy spending time with people.
Right.
Nothing went wrong. You just kind of grew apart,
Right.
and there's a longing for that connection. And
Right.
and so what I mean by that is you you haven't cut them off, but you have let them loose, cut
Right.
them loose. You haven't cut them off, you've cut them loose.
Right.
And that's the reality. And I feel like, you can't, like, if you really care about somebody, but you know that you got to keep moving, there's pain.
Right.
There's emotional impact to you. There's mental impact to you,
Right.
because but the benefit is that your habits are already changing, which is why you recognize that something is no longer working,
Right.
but it doesn't happen without, I guess the point I'm trying to make to people is you're going to feel pain from the separation.
Right.
You're going to feel emotion from the separation,
Right.
but you have to remember that your purpose is so much greater than that temporary heartburn
Right.
of having to go separate ways, because you never
Yeah.
know, you may meet up somewhere down the line. And so be careful not to burn a bridge when there could be a
Right.
possibility that they wake up and pick up some things and you see them further down the line, and be
Yeah.
proud of their growth. So,
Right.
so there's a lot to be said there with maintaining the right perspective
Right.
when you're outgrowing a certain connection.
Right. And how you handle things, your attitude, because like I said, so you look up, they further down the line, they get busier than they need to, and they need help. And guess what? You in the same space.
Yeah.
And it was like, I need some. Oh, call AD. Yo, you still doing? Yeah, man. I'm still doing this. Like, yo, I need you. And things shift, things change. Because I'm not hating. We have a connection, and the bridge isn't burnt. We're just not traveling across it as much as we used to. So it's that's and honestly, that is like my goal, to try to maintain more relationships than I lose. I'm gonna still lose them. I know it's gonna happen. I gotta let it go. But to maintain relationships. Sam said, I'm quick to say, well, that definitely turned out the way I saw it in my head. We just talked about this morning, Pastor. Did I say that thing? I saw it in my head a lot
Yeah,
differently
we
than it
did.
happened
Yeah.
today. It happened today.
I had a real funny story when I was probably 16. Me and a really good friend of mine, Chris Tansey, I'm gonna call his name out. We were hanging out at, I think we was at his girlfriend's house, because we just hang out over there.
Right.
And he and I got into it, and we literally got into a fist fight in the hallway in their apartment
Wow.
building.
Wow.
And we tussling on the stairs, and
Oh, wow.
and then somebody came along and broke the fight up. Now he and I were really close at the time,
Right.
and I left and I went home so angry,
Right.
like I cried because I was so angry, because I thought it was the end of our friendship.
Wow.
Right. It was no longer about the fact that we fought. On my
Right.
way home, I'm like, man, I done lost my homie. Right.
Right. Right.
And this was like a Friday night. And like that Saturday morning, he called me. Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's up?
You can't sound excited, like, hey.
Yeah. And he was like, yo, man, he was like, you almost pulled my earring out my ear. And I'm like,
guys apologize. That's how we apologize.
yeah. I'm like, yeah, because you hit me in my face, man. And he was like, look, man, I don't want to do that no more.
Right. Right.
And like
Right.
that was it. Like we fought. I'm like, we went at it, But the next day it was like, man, I don't want to fight you no more.
Right,
Right. And
right,
and and
right,
we reconnected and went on about our business like it never happened,
right,
you know.
right, right.
And
That's
you know,
hilarious.
bring that to 2021.
Right, right,
We're so petty,
right,
that we completely disconnect,
right,
right? And I'm saying that in that 24 hours or 12 hours,
right,
we disconnected
right,
but remained connected,
right. Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Because we did not make a permanent decision. And the truth is, I was glad he called. I mean, I should have called him. I'm probably mad because I didn't beat him to the punch. No pun intended.
Right, right,
Right? Like I felt like I should have called him first.
right,
Why did he have to call me first? But
okay,
it
right,
made me feel so good knowing that
yeah,
he didn't want that fight, that altercation
right.
to
To
be
be
the
the
end of our relationship,
right, right.
And you fast forward all these years, 40 years later,
Yeah,
almost, and he and I are still friends,
right, right.
you know. Uh
Indeed, indeed. Right. So yes, it's
Biscuit, we're not together.
yeah.
We don't hang out,
Right, right.
but I can call him right now
It's still connected. It's
and
still
we
connected.
still connected. Yeah.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right. That's good. That's good. It's funny. It's funny how we apologize without apologizing, especially guys. We don't really apologize to each other. Just
Right.
like you said, his apology was like, "Man, you almost pulled my earring out."
Yeah. And you always smash me here. Like, man, yeah, but you hit me in my face, man.
What you think I was going to do? Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. And it wasn't
Yeah.
like I reached up to his ear and tried to snatch it. It was
Right,
like we
right, right,
wrestling
right. Probably
and
got
he's
caught.
like,
Right.
because I remember while we were fighting, I remember when they were breaking us up, he reached up and was like, I almost pulled my ear. I remember that happening. I'm like, I vividly remember that. It's so funny.
That is funny.
So I mean, and we're making jokes, but I say all of
Yeah.
that to
Yeah.
to say that it's important to understand that not every disconnect
Right.
means the end of a relationship. Sometimes
Right.
it's just the altering of a path,
Right.
and
Right.
we have to know the difference because sometimes we don't know how to do it without completely breaking it off,
Right.
and burning the
Right.
bridge with people because that's what we've seen. That's what we've been products of,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, I think that's you're right. I think that's we've learned it. It's like it's either all or nothing. It's the all or nothing kind of
Yeah.
like, and it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. Oh,
Mhm.
Richard made a good comment. He said life is like a cross country coast to coast Amtrak rail journey. Some are with you for 25% of it, and get off. Others halfway, and others the whole journey. It's a God positioned system and universe place them for certain periods, and some will return even better. Yes, God's positioning system. Yes, indeed. So yeah, it's crucial. Like I said, they get off on this stop. It's cool. Just like, all right, be with you, But we just have to be able to know when the season's up. I know, and we say it, we say it, we say it, we say it, and we hear it, we hear it, we hear it. We just gotta know when the season is up, and it's okay. It's okay, and they don't have to. Everybody doesn't have to be a confidant. It's not the end of the world if they're not. If they're just here for a moment, here for a season, here for that time, whatever we're going after, whatever our mission in, and it's okay. All right. All right, guys. So listen, I want you guys to stay connected. Join our community. Text LW into 84576. Text LW into 84576. Never miss an episode. Tomorrow is Freestyle Friday. We're gonna do some games. I'm gonna do some games. Game time. So if you want to join the game, you gotta text our community 84576 LW into 84576. With our games, I have a limit of 10 people. So if you're interested and I send the text out, you got to jump on there quick. that's, that's about all I can say. And it's cool. It's real time. I don't know what kind of game we're going to have. We've had geography. It's going to be all kinds of Jeopardy level trivia. So be prepared. All right. So as always, we appreciate you. Know that we love you, but God loves you more. Continue to stay safe. As you're rolling into the weekend, just be mindful of what's going on around you, because it's getting a little crazy sometimes. And listen, and if you are If you're enjoying this show and you're watching this on replay, put hashtag replay, as well as share this content out. Share this content out. There are a lot of people interested in hearing these kind of things. Make sure you share this on. If you're on Facebook, share it to share it in people's inbox, particularly men. We want them to be involved in this conversation as well. If you're on Twitch, share it out. However you share, do the thing. And we appreciate you being here and being a part of this conversation, as always. So appreciate you, Mama Corey. Thank you for always being here. Lisa, always in the building. Dr. Rollins, I appreciate Sam. You know, you be riding my ride or die. Or ride of life. I don't know. They change it up, right? So yeah, it's I appreciate you guys. And Pastor, I appreciate you rocking with me here, having these conversations, because I think it's important. These conversations help shape our life and shape the world that we're around. So I want to continue, and we're looking forward to grow and becoming bigger. So make sure you text the community. And if you are part of the text community, any text I send you, you can share those texts as well. Share them to other people. All right. That is all. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, Freestyle Friday. Yeah, I think that's it. All right. So I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out. If I can find my spot. I'm always moving too slow. There we go. And spliggy smile. I didn't want to catch that.
Morning. Good morning.
Welcome to another episode. Good morning. Everybody.
This episode is brought to you by StreamYard. Ready to go live? Go to bit.ly/StreamYard BOL. That's bit.ly/StreamYard BOL. This episode is also brought to you by Self. Build credit now. Go to bit.ly/now build credit. bit.ly/now build